Final margin 17 points. Melbourne controlling that last quarter. They kicked 1-7. The Dockers didn't score. Just a sickening feeling for Fremantle. They'll load up, spend the winter motivated to get better. Right now, it's all about the D's, and here's Nat.
I have Karen Paxman with a stand-in captain. Paxi, what a terrific win today. First home final here at Casey. Just describe to me what's going through your mind.
Oh, it's awesome. You know, credit to Freo. They've been so strong for a few years now, and we knew it'd be really tough. So the scoreboard doesn't really reflect the intensity out here today, and just so wrapped for our girls. You know, we've had a few good wins now, so we're just, yeah, it feels like we're on a bit of a roll, and looking forward to next week now. On that roll, you speak about that. I mean, the past month you've beaten some fantastic teams, finals teams, of course, great preparation. Talk me through the mindset of the group over this last month. Yeah, I guess, you know, with the ups and downs of COVID and the uncertainty of this season, it's just really been, you know, controlling what we can control, and a lot of our games just around contest and energy, and I guess that's what we've been bringing, and yeah, today it came through for us. Adelaide
next week, possibly at the Adelaide Oval, we don't know yet. How do you sort of see that one play out? Do you have great belief, I guess, that you guys can beat anyone?
Yeah, of course. We've got belief in the group, and Adelaide's obviously, you know, a really good team, and yeah, we'll head there if we're heading there, and full of respect for them. But it'll definitely be a battle. I think that, you know, the top four teams, it'll be a battle no matter who you're playing.
See Daisy Pearce getting around her teammates as well. She was on the bench barking instructions to Maddie Gay. Saw her having a conversation with you. How incredible. I know you would rather she was out here with you, but to have someone like that on the bench, it's pretty special.
Yeah, I told her before the game she just had to be patient, sit on the sidelines and try and let us do it for her. But even her here, obviously, she's a massive influence, and of course we'd want her out there, but hopefully she can get back soon.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Best of luck next week.
Thank you.
And celebrate.
Cheers, thank you.
Another wonderful performance from Karen Paxman. 20 possessions, 11 of those contested, 4 clearances, 5 tackles. She was just there and thereabouts at seemingly every stoppage all afternoon, and played a huge role. Our thoughts with the Fremantle Dockers. Beck, it's a sickening feeling when your campaign comes to an end like that.
Yeah, they've had a fair bit of confidence for the season too, and you know, had some really big wins early in the season, and we're really happy with where they're sitting. So no doubt there'll be some reflections. I'll have a look at their lists, you know, where everyone sits in that leadership group, and, you know, the game plan that they've got, and whether that is still relevant going forward into the next season. Might need to freshen up, who knows.
Here's Nat with Daisy Pearce.
Daisy, I know you like to pretend that you're cool, calm and collected, but talk me through that last quarter with the 7 behinds and then Maddie Gay finally icing the win. How were you?
I was actually pretty confident, and I know I was going to say that regardless, but nah, we felt like we were looking pretty good, pretty safe behind the ball, and yeah, peppering the goals. It was only a matter of time, we felt, so the method was good, and yeah, relieved to hear that siren and know that we go on into next week.
Even though you weren't out there, you spent a lot of time, I was watching you, you know, talking and coaching some of the girls. Just talk about, you know, what role you tried to provide today.
Well, my official title was the player behaviour specialist, so no, just looking out for like the actions and behaviours that we know are really important to making sure we execute our game style, and reinforcing when we see it, just pumping the girls up. So yeah, that was the key thing.
Now, I do have to ask you finally, the knee, obviously, game against Adelaide next week, a preliminary final. When will you be testing out your knee to see if you can get up?
I ran this morning, which was a really good step, and put in a pretty good session in the gym, so it's progressing a lot quicker than we thought it would. So just need to keep ticking off each day. I'll be bugging our physio every day from about here until next week to make sure I can do absolutely everything I can. But in the meantime, just keep doing whatever I can to support this group, because they were outstanding today. A couple of really big roles again, like Gemma Houghton's been hard to defend all year, and Lauren McGee did a great job on her, and then Shally Heath really good on Sabrina Duffy, who we know is always dangerous as well. So super proud.
Nat, you should be very proud, and I know all D's fans are, and we have all our fingers and toes crossed for you for next week.
Thanks, Nat.
Thanks to Daisy Pearce. Melbourne head to a preliminary final against the champs, Adelaide, the 2-time champs, but full of confidence. They get the job done once again this afternoon. They've won 5 on the trot. They've beaten all the teams around them, with the exception of Collingwood, and they progress. Commiserations to the Dockers. This season is over. but it's Melbourne through to the preliminary final with a 17-point win. Back to wrap up from Casey Fields. A look ahead to Collingwood and North coming next. Melbourne get back-to-back finals wins. They beat GWS in the first week of the finals last year before the season was cancelled. And this afternoon, they see off the Fremantle Dockers. They led at every change. 6 points at quarter time, 19 at the half, 4 points at three-quarter time when Fremantle came at them. But Beck, really professional final term for Melbourne. They kicked 1-7. That won't bother them at all. It was more the fact they just controlled the territory and put the game to bed.
Yeah, they were really comfortable with that, I think. And you could see even in the third term, they knew that Freo were going to come and were still happy to play that they were playing and just increase those stoppages outside when they wanted outside. And they just got the game completely where they wanted to right from the start.
So much of finals football is about mindset, about form and about confidence. And right now for Melbourne, it couldn't be better.
Yeah, they do their homework so well. They feel really educated when they go in the games. You can see that they're comfortable. They're not worrying about what am I going to look like in game review? What am I going to look like on the behind the goals camera? Am I in the right spot? They're just playing footy and backing what they do really well.
I'll go to Adelaide next week to face the Adelaide Crows, one of the toughest asks in AFLW, but they've got a win under their belt over the Crows from just a couple of weeks ago, which will give them confidence.
They should have huge confidence. Adelaide at Adelaide Oval is a very daunting task, and there will be an enormous crowd there if that's the venue that they decide to play it. And maybe pray for a little bit of rain if I was Melbourne.
Coming up next, we look ahead to part 2 of our sudden death doubleheader. What a game it promises to be. Collingwood hosting North Melbourne at Victoria Park. Two teams which really don't like each other. North eliminated Collingwood in last year's finals in what was a fiery thriller. Collingwood replied by handing the Roos a bit of a smacking at Marvel in round 4. They've swapped coaches, they've swapped players. This one's going to be a beauty.
There's a couple of mad ones out there. Madder than a wet hen is Emma Carney when she steps over the white line. It will be game on, and I reckon North are going to just get over the line.
Wow, so North in an upset for Beck Goddard. The Pies, well, they'll enter with confidence at Victoria Park. It's going to be a great crowd. Warm day in Melbourne. Really looking forward to that one. Thanks so much for your company. That wraps up our coverage here from Casey Fields. On behalf of Beck Goddard, Nat Edwards and the entire production team, thanks for watching. Congratulations to Melbourne. The Giant Killing D's just keep on rolling. Their 5th straight win. They're through to another preliminary final. Commiserations to Fremantle on a season full of passion and excitement. But it'll be Melbourne living to fight another day.